I think this is so valuable, this particular point here, because I want to take a little time. So bear with me a little bit. But again, when you were listening to Sydney in person, at least for me, when he spoke spiritually, I just got a feeling for it. I couldn't understand intellectually at all. It's not about that, but I got a sense that something woke up in me that made sense and evolves later. But again, he always helped because he said, it's love and understanding. And I always was curious, what's this understanding piece? And then I heard him speak about that, and it's what we were talking about. It's understanding that we're all the same. We're all the same, using thought and consciousness to create, I'm using my words now, to create the experience we're having in the moment. And so then when we feel guilty about not doing enough for our family member, we want to have understanding for ourselves that we just got caught up in a way of thinking. Like everybody else, we were caught up in a way of thinking that that was possible, that we could, actually do something more than what we did. And because of that, we're having the effect of that thinking. And that understanding brings that peace of mind that there may be another way to look at it. As Harry was sharing with this person, he shared a really deeply moving way of looking at it. And with this woman, her son is the same way. They're caught up in a level of thinking, and until they see something beyond that, they can't change. And that change in thinking takes place at a level of insight. Some spiritual knowledge comes to somebody's mind. And I think that's really been helpful to begin to see that we're all kind of doing this. We're all using the principle the same way. And in this, and the vulnerability I saw in being with people and helping people with addictions is that we're all vulnerable to thinking about life in a way that we start feeling badly, and then look outside of ourselves to try to feel better. And so I've seen that occur in many different ways with just things like exercise. I've seen people really do so much exercise in order to try to feel better from their insecure thinking, that they would get all worked up if they couldn't do a day of exercise, because they had, in the human vulnerability, thought that the exercise was giving them a better feeling. But what really goes on there, if you look at this, what really goes on there, even if you're drinking, even if you're using drugs, even no matter what it is that people get addicted to, is that the only thing that happens in order to have a better feeling is that their thinking had to change. They had to. While they were drinking, somehow they let go of all of their insecure, suffering thoughts. They had to. Otherwise, drinking would have no effect. I mean, I've had people tell me that, oh my goodness, I have to drink even more now, because when I drink now, I feel depressed. Well, because somehow they still hold on to their painful thinking. See, that's the key. And it isn't that people see that point, but that's the point I wanted to convey with the addiction cycle. That really the only reason something we do looks like it will make us feel better is because while we do it, we're thinking differently. We're thinking differently.